2009, 2010 when we ended up playing you guys, and you guys are up 3-rip. Rex scores 2 in game 4 to send it to overtime. I remember Rousey going in the locker room. You're just like, wow, and then Gagne scores. We end up coming back. Obviously, that couldn't have been good for you guys. Like, that's just a rotten feeling. But do you think that for the next year that helped you guys going through that shit show, if you want to call it that?
I think so. I've said it. I think I've said it since the summer of 2011 that I don't think we win in 2011 unless we go through 2010.
Right.
Yeah. Because, and to be honest, when Mike Richards hit David Krejci and put him out,
that was
that, and then you guys got Simone back.
Yeah.
So you take away our best center.
Yeah.
And then you guys get one of your best wingers back.
That's true.
I know.
And he was hot too. He was hot.
He was hot.
Yeah. And then he came back. He scored 4 goals in the 5 games that he played or something?
Yeah, he scored. Yeah, he scored the OT winner.
And then he scored the game 7 winner. He scored, I think,
he scored 2 in game 5 in Boston. We won 3-0, I think. Yeah. So he was hot, man.
Yeah, so I remember. So he scores the overtime winner, and I'm like, and we were all in the dressing room, like, all right, we're going home. We'll get him in game 5.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, boom. Did Bush go down? And then Leighton came in.
Yeah.
And Bush goes down. Leighton comes in. And all of a sudden, no one could score. None of us could score on Leighton for whatever reason. And then, I think we lose that game 4-0. And Gag scores 2 goals. And then all of a sudden, we're like, okay, now they're going back into their building.
Yeah.
And I remember, that was when everyone's wearing their orange shirts and and then you're that was back when the warm-up tunes, you couldn't even talk to the guy beside you.
So loud.
It was, and you know what? It was actually my favorite place for warm-ups. Philly was always my favorite place for warm-ups. And because of that series in 2010 and the one in 11, it was probably my favorite place to play on the road, just because of the and the orange and the people up top who get off the bus trying to spit at us and all that type of stuff. It's just telling us to fuck off, and it's just great. It's just as an athlete, that's what you want, and then the Boston Philly thing and all that type of stuff, and then who was? I think it was Ashram who scored first minute in of game 6, and then you guys went up 2-0, and I think I scored 6 on 5, and then we lose that game, and then we come home to game 7, and then
you had 2 in the first.
I scored 2 goals in the first to make it 3-0. And then I still remember it, and I still remember the feeling. I think it was JVR. JVR scores a goal that goes off Mark Stewart's stick that was lying on the ice. And I'm like, oh, man, the fact that we didn't get out of the first period up 3-0, and it's 2-0, or we're up 3-1. Now it's a 2-goal lead. And I'm going, fuck, now there's some hope on that side.
Right.
and then Hartsey scores, and then Briere scores in the wraparound. And then I think I come in, and in the third, I hit the post. I hit the post in the third. And then we kind of had so Mark Savard comes for a change. And then, if I remember right, Claude didn't really call up the next line. So Mark Savard came for a change, and nobody jumped. And then Vladdy Sabaka jumped. And by that time, Savvy went back into play, and Vladdy went back into play. We got a too many men call.
Right.
That's when Simone scores the series winner.
Yeah.
And then there you go. It's the historic comeback. And to be honest, that the best thing that happened out of that was that our management team didn't blow it up. And they didn't fire the coach. They didn't blow it up. They made one trade. We made one trade, and the trade was Dennis Weidman for Nathan Horton and Gray Campbell. And that was it. And then everything else stayed the same. And, it just took, like I said, 2011 for us, doesn't happen. Us being champions doesn't happen without going through what happened in there in 2010.